Test 1 2, test 1 2. Waiting for ads to finish so then we could get this show on the road. Thanks for hanging out in the we call this a pre-stream, I guess. So once ads are finished, we'll be ready to go. Give me like 10 seconds and then we'll get going. We'll get going. Alrighty, let's get this show on the road. Welcome to another episode of Mog Streams. I'm your host Moggoody Deus, and we're here to talk about my week. So that's exciting. Talking about my week. I don't think it's that exciting, but I'm gonna try to spin it so it'll be as interesting as it can be, because this time around it is the Summer Bonanza. If you don't know, we're raising money to give kids instruments with a charity near dear to my heart, the Mr. Holland Opus Foundation, which gives instruments or gives music program money so then they can buy instruments for their kids. Growing up in the school system, I wouldn't be the same without having a saxophone in my hand. So that's why I chose it. And there's a lot of things to donate money to this summer, especially. So we'll see. If you go on my website, kupo.cafe/Summer Bonanza, there's a whole bunch of incentives. Maybe we'll get them all, maybe you don't. But in any case, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Whether you be lurking, whether you just here, whether you're here in spirit, whether you're a VOD watcher, it'll be fun. A fun day today. I get to show off all my pictures. That's exciting. So you can scan that QR code to donate. To get go to the website. I have to Tilify. I need to fix up my website, honestly. That's how it goes sometimes. So why don't we just get the show on the road? Got a nice background music that I will probably change eventually. There you go. Let's use it now. Why not? There you go. With our lovely friend Alf. And hopefully it won't be too distracting. Anyways, so we get the show on the road. But we do a little thing here. Before every stream, at least I try. We do a little bit of Scrandle. If you don't know what Scrandle is, this isn't the right website. If you don't know what Scrandle is, thing. Is it this? I should really bookmark the right website. Where's the actual Scrandle website? Is it .com? It can't be that easy. If you don't know what Scrandle is, It is a thrilling game of food comparisons, in which you pick which is the more popular of the two foods based on what we call Scran, which is stadium food. You know, the big talk of the year, big talk of this year, big talk this time around is the World Cup, and I know nothing about the World Cup, but I'm living vicariously through my friends who do know a lot about the World Cup and are interested in seeing games and whatnot. So do not ask me anything about the World Cup. But in any case, we shall scran. Our first one is the bonus round, which doesn't really count. And it says the voting to see which one is the better of the two. Now this is really hard. We got the LA Galaxy's Korean fried chicken, pretty good, but it looks somewhat that there's bone in there. I am not a fan of wings. Chicken leg is fine, but just give me the boneless chicken, all right? It's easier to eat that way. Versus the double bacon cheeseburger. In English, whoa, it isn't like half bad for an English burger. I gotta go with the burger though. All right. Last time we did this, we got a full score. This time we are still aiming for the full score. So, first off, the VC Victoria at 2050 pork in a bun. It looks like a pork chop, and they just give you a piece of bread. Versus battered sausage and chips. Now, a battered sausage, it is, to me, a wild idea. Let's put that thing in bread. Well, why not put it in a kind of bread and deep fry it? Maybe the Ireland knows something. But those chips got a little gravy on it. The pork sandwich, it has like a little bit of ketchup, but kind of looks a little dry. We're gonna go with fries and chips. No perfect score, but it's fine. How do you get that? Our corn dog and bread with onion. With raw onion, lard, paprika, and bread. Corn dog with mega pint, though. We got that. What else you got? Okay. So whenever I look at pies and chips and gravy, especially the peas, they are so like radioactively green that I don't know if they add food coloring to it, or it's like, I don't know what they do to it, man. It's like the most unappealing thing in terms of the color and what seems to be the texture, because like it's really smooth. It's like grits, but there's like a vegetable-y taste to it. I don't know. I mean, the bacon cheeseburger honestly doesn't look very good. And in my heart of hearts, it would be the pie, chips, peas, and gravy. But burger time, though. I knew it. You know, it's like that thing where it's like you start losing, and it's like, you know, maybe things could be the right answer, maybe things could be the wrong answer, whatever. Anyways, what do you got? Buffalo chicken mac and cheese and Philly cheesesteak. In terms of pictures, the Target Fields got it. The San Jose Earthquakes. Now that's a wild name to that's a wild name to name your California team. Let's go by picture and lighting. Wow. We ain't doing so hot, boys. Pizza slice versus turkey schnitzel. Turkey schnitzel. We're just gonna speed run it. Sometimes no more thinking. It's all about just going for it. Pie mash and liquor. Liquor is also known as gravy. And the Frankenfeast hot dog. Frankenfeast with that big old dog Lizzie put in my mouth. You got it. 69.69. Balti pie with the red stripe. And the sausage mix and chips. We're gonna go sausage mix and chips. We got it. Alright, no more misses all throughout. Sausage bop with brown sauce or sliced steak with peppercorn sauce and fries. Steak frites, can't go wrong with that. Easy clap. What else we got? We saw this last time. The foot-long sausage roll or the tacos al pastor. The pastor looks really good. And it's from Mexico. Easy. The easiest one we've gotten all so far. Pulled pork with beef versus the Jockey Whoppy burger. Actually, this is hard. Burger. Let's go. the prize are up high. Workman like Scranner. We got we followed the heart of the cards and we got our 6th streak. Those other ones seem kind of unfair. We got it. And that's Grandel. Is the music loud? The music's kind of loud for me because I posted up the gain of my thing. Anyways, that's Grandel. There are other like daily games that I think I would like, but I don't want to really spend the time to know if I'll like it or not. So, Scrandel's fun. I like this one. I like looking at food. Do you like looking at food? I like looking at food. So, why don't we get the show on the road? We're gonna put this that way. We're gonna put on the weather channel. Let's see, wait. Anime Expo is coming up this week. Isn't that exciting? I say that because I went to Anime Expo twice already. Did I go last year? I went last year and the year before. It looks like maybe I won't be going this year. Mostly because I'm going to Afkai. All the way at the end of July. But not gonna lie, on my Twitter feed, I'm seeing a lot of the AX catalog and stuff, and like events and stuff. There's some groups that I wish I could see. Music groups. I'm really debating it. So the only thing is that I might be going alone if I go. So, if you want to convince me to go to Anime Expo this year, maybe just for one day, whatevs. What are you gonna do? Where's my thing? Where did I put it? That's that. I'm looking for my thingamabop. Okay. So, this stream is a little bit of a Zatsudan. A little bit. It is a Zatsudan. If you don't know, I took a little break off posting stuff on Twitter, and most of this being off of Twitter. In the meantime, I did a lot of touching grass. And one of those things about touching grass is that I went to Disneyland. My friend was supposed to go on a trip, and then his trip got canceled, and he had the rest of his PTO, his weeks off, or his week off. So I'm like, hey, I'm off for this summer. Let's go do something. And it's like, we talked about what is the dumbest thing that we could do. And like, what if we went to San Diego for a Padres game? It's like, that's great. And we also said, what if we went to Disneyland? I say this because he basically has a connection to which we could get two Disneyland tickets for free. If you don't know, Disneyland tickets cost like a mean penny. It's like $1, it's $150, $160 for admission for both both parks, which is California Adventure and Disneyland itself. So we planned it. We talked to his connection, and it's like, yeah, I'll give you a ticket. And so, for the first time in like 10 years for me, he went, I think, when it opened up back after COVID. But for me, I have not been there since 2016, I think, which is actually 10 years. 10 years! And a lot, park could change. I went to Disneyland in high school, and I went once for a family trip. And then it got really expensive, and it's like, there's other things you can spend money on. But now, I'm a working adult, I have a job, and it's good to go back, I think. Especially for the grand price of free $99. And we're going to talk about it. First things first, here is a tier list. Wrong one. Where'd it go? Where'd I put it? I put it here. That should be it. Right? It was working a while ago. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't make me do desktop capture. That's lame. Come on. I have. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What happened? I tested it. Come on. Because everything's breaking. My computer's breaking. How do we do this? There I am. Takes a little bit. Maybe I'll take a little bit for this. There we go. Oh, let's go, dude. So we created this little tier list of like my graphics. We got our first task, which is absolutely goated, meaning I would do this again without hesitation. Number 2 would come back, meaning I would if I were to come back to the park, this would be like one of the things that I would want to do. Despite everything, it's what I want to come back to do. After that, hesitant to recommend. I think I would want to change that. How about this one? We'll do not a priority. So this means I skip B. It's fine. Not a priority, meaning, hey, if it's there. Oh god. What happened? How'd I undock a thing? There you go. Not a priority. Meaning, like, if the line is like really long and it's like, hey, it's a neat old thing, but we don't need to go there. There are better things. I think it's a good one where it's like, this shouldn't necessarily be on your list. There are better things, but like if the line is like 5 minutes long, it's like, oh, why not? And then never again, F, which means it is absolutely not worth doing. It is absolutely not worth looking at. Do not even look at it. Do not pursue Lubu. So I think it's good. Goated, absolutely goated, would come back. Maybe complete the sentence. Would come back to. Like that. C, not a priority. D, there are better things you could do. And then F, never again. And this is our little tier list of everything that we need. I'm going to group this on my affinity. And we do that. And there you go. Today, we are going to rank everything that I did at Disneyland 2026. I have not been to Disneyland in 10 years. And it was my first time going in those 10 years after COVID. And I have to say, it was very exciting to see, to be back there, to see what's the same and what's changed. And for me, I'm kind of like a weirdo. I like low-key like observing and like analyzing the park in terms of like the design and like the pathing and like how the rides work. So it's really cool just to see all that again. And again, the only reason why I actually went and doing this was because I got into the park for free because of a connection through a friend. To be honest, I don't really like going to. It's not that I don't like going to amusement parks, but I think nowadays for me there are better ways to spend my money. So if I were to get into the park for free, why not take it? Let's get started. So we'll leave that on, and we're gonna go through my entire day, starting with starting with. So we left to Disneyland or I left my place at around like 4 or 5 o'clock ish. And as one, a thank you for my friend for taking me. I mean, you also know my friend. If you're a fan of the show, I have a partner in crime. His name is Summer Kurtz, and he took me. You'll see a little bit of his head. But as a little bit of a thank you and as a little bit of a forgiveness for his fiance, saying, "Hey, I'm going to take him for the day. Don't you worry, your pretty little thing. We'll try not to get." What happens when I zoom? Can I zoom? Whoa. So I bought a bunch of donuts, or I bought me. These are my donuts. Okay, that's great. We got chocolate glaze and you got maple. You know, I think maple in the donut selection is overrated. It just provides a unique flavor to it. A really good maple. You know, if you're ever tired of regular glaze versus chocolate, maple. So regular glaze. I got this thing. Oh, Mr. Aegis, welcome. Aegis. Long boys are definitely one of my favorites. But they in this donut shop they had this like blueberry glaze, and it's like, what the heck? They have a blueberry? I never had it before, and it's like it caught my eye. And it's like, this one's for me. We ate some of these donuts. You didn't eat all of them, but it's kind of like from forgiveness for that. But welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the invite for all that stuff you've been planning, and I will get to it, I swear. So that's that. Hope your night's been good, day's been good. And then we move on now to Disneyland total. So first things first, you ride an escalator down. I also made sure to like blur everything, so no doxing here, except you know where Disneyland is. Escalator. It is very long and is very insane. I've never ridden an escalator this long. I'd had good place for it. You got that one giant Pixar ball. Is that Pixar? I think it's just Toy Story in general. So you go parking lot, you go down the elevator, you go here, and then you go ride the trams. Trams are fun. So one of the things I do remember from a whole long time ago is that back in before COVID, the trams used to take you to a certain spot, and then you have to walk a long distance to the actual front of the park. Nowadays, it takes you like even a smaller distance, and it's one of the better changes for the good. I'm also tempted to be really silly and put the trams in here. Trams. Alright, we're gonna try this. It's a good one right here. I have not done this, so we're gonna see. It's how you know it's live, folks. We do. Nope. We do this. Oh, dang it, I broke my thing. Oh, there it is. There it is. We do this. And then you're gonna do this. And then you need text to copy. It's a thing I do not like. Actually, it does. It does do it. Trams. I'm gonna change the color. I think that'll do it. And then it's the same color as the my borders. I'm sure it'll be fine. You can make it a lighter green. It's barely visible. We can do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do It looks kind of silly. The trams, you have to go through these. You know, they make the parking lot so big and large. The trams are chilled up. You can hear a little bit of a chatter and whatnot. Alright, what else we got? Boop. So head through the trams. Look at that. If you don't know, I also have like a little tiny guy. Shoutouts to Pandali, who was like, "Hey, I'll make these charms." Like, I like charms. This is like literally the only piece of physical merch that I have. The people do yearn for public transportation. There's a train that goes around Disneyland, and it's pretty lit. And it's called like the Grand Train Tour or something. Where there's only like 4 stops, and it goes all around. My friend and I were like lamenting about the people mover they have in Disney World, which is the Floridian Disneyland, which takes you to place to place. What is this song? What takes you to place, and it's like, you know, a standard monorail. Let's skip this. All right, monorails are so cool though. They just take you places. Isn't that crazy? They move you. I also have a big little guy, and that's mostly because my sister made it. Look at it. Oh, you also go downtown Disney, which is a bunch of like shopping centers and malls, and it's all right. It's all right. If you like spending money, or like you actually spend thousands of dollars to be at the hotel, I guess. So you enter the park and you're greeted with the lovely slogan, which is the "Here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy," in reference to various bits of all the parklands. I think I can name them all. I did it with my friend when he entered the park, and I forgot Tomorrowland was the thing, which is like one of the big things for the park, Tomorrowland. So after Disneyland, you go through Main Square, which is like this 1940s, 50s Americana kind of deal. Also, I don't think these banners were here. I think this is for the America celebration. I'm gonna have to blur out all this stuff. But it's a really nice set piece because it lands and takes you to the middle of the Disneyland castle, which you'll get a better picture of. So, you know, the castle, you got the Walt Disney statue, all that fun stuff, dude. And the part of like park design and the set, I think it's really iconic. Just like this funnel that leads into the main hub, which separates through all the different lands of the park. Maybe I should put in one of the things my friend did like a long time ago. Think about public transportation is that they have all these old fancy cars and like trams that take you around places all around the park, especially in this main town center square. It's mostly like the double-decker bus car and like the vintage probably like 6-seater car. And he's like, he got bored one day and he just rode all of them, made admission to ride all of them. And I think that's pretty neat. So there are many different places we went to the park, and go through this main part, and then to the left there's 2 parts, which is Adventureland, which is the jungle, tiki, whatnots, and Frontierland, which is the American frontier, the western frontier, the eastern. There's a whole history and thematic part, and it's a really interesting, but there's some parts that are kind of get flussed over me, and I don't really want to learn about it so much, but it's there if you want to learn. For example, this petrified tree, which I think wasn't there. I can't read this, from Colorado that they brought us over. I like Frontierland. It's a pretty like neat like snippet of Americana, a part of Americana, I guess, with the settlers, the frontier folks. part about it too is kind of like, given today's modern culture, it's a lot of some of the parts are kind of like for example, I'll talk about this when you get to the ride itself, but there's like, in Frontierland there are Native Americans and they use the other word, but it's part of the theme. It was what they did 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So it's what the language they use. But now, in the land of the Washington football team, instead of the Washington whatever the name was, maybe they should change it. One of the things, though, that really upset my friend is that the Pirates of the Caribbean ride was out of order. It's remodeling. And my friend was really upset because that was his favorite ride, and he absolutely loves it. The Pirates of the Caribbean ride, it's like you go on a boat, and then you ride down this boat, and then you see all the wonders that is the movie of the Pirates of the Caribbean, and things transforming and whatnot. It's a good ride. It's a good ride. It was just close. He's really upset by it. Is that Sunset? No. But I have a good picture of like the little mansion that was thinking about. This mansion thing. Look at it. It's so pretty. That's the thing about Disneyland too. Like, even if you just go and not go on the ride, it's a fun walk just to go and see the set. It is not a fun walk to spend over $100 on. Oh, that's good. Speaking of Frontierland, this is the bridge that leads to the other place, and there's something about just seeing this part, which is the body of water and like the little lake thing, and the frontier, the great American. I want to say the West, but I know that I'm wrong. But the great American frontier. You're going to the West. My friend told me that Disneyland is running out of land to do the thing that it wants to do, and they're thinking about just taking this all away, taking away the great frontier, taking away the river and the boats and whatnot. And honestly, I think that's kind of lame. With all the things you see around Disneyland, I think it's neat to see a little bit of nature and like something that's not so artificial. And this is it. You smell the chlorinated, also it's not typical, but you smell the body of water. You see all the trees, you see all the lakes and whatnot, and it's a neat part of the park. And if they take it away, I would be really upset about it, because usually they lease artificial things. But he took me to the part of the basically the newest part of Disneyland, which I have never been to, and that is Galaxy's Edge. We went through the back way, which is how you're not how you're supposed to do it like properly. But they got these cool Rebel trash can. So we made it to Galaxy's Edge. It is a pretty cool piece of set. You got Star Wars stuff. You got a real, I would say, to scale X-Wing out here. What else we got? We got this cool fire hydrant. They should have made it shaped like a droid. But it blends well with the stuff. This is the trading outpost, or like the bazaar thing. That's really cool. They made it really tall. We went on our first ride, which is what was it? Oh dang, I actually need to look it up. Star Wars ride. Is it Ride at Disney? Rise of the Resistance? That's not it. Star Tours? No, Star Tours is the one thing. What else is the other one? What's it actually called? Is it Rise of the... It is Ride of the Resistance. Rise of the Resistance. Great. So we went to the big Star Wars attraction, which is Rise of the Resistance. The big thing, my friend was telling me about was you tell me when the ride actually starts. So as you're waiting in line, you got the big old set list. You got a cube you could touch. You got like the fake waterfall and like hiding beneath the caves and whatnot. So the thing about this is that they at the one of the ends of the queue, they shuffle you into a room, and then you're gonna just like project in a hologram room, and then BB-28 talks to you, and then Ray talks to you, and it's like, we gotta get you out of the planet. The Empire is coming, so you gotta enter the Star Cruiser ship thing, and then you enter it, and then like things happen, and then people die and crash. So after you're into like the transport cruiser, and then it magically transports you out of the cruiser into another world or another set, which is these guys right here. You're now in the Empire Death Cruiser. I'm such a bad Star Wars fan. I am sorry. But you're in the Imperial Cruiser. You're greeted by all these stormtroopers that like twitch a little bit and move. We're running this bit of like, I'm paying the Empire all these taxes, and then this is what they're doing with our tax money, our credits, dude. And the cool thing about this being in this hangar bay though is that you get to see the TIE fighter. I think this is specifically Kylo Ren's. It's the big baddie, I don't know. I'm not a big Star Wars fan. But Rise of the Resistance is a ride in which is on rails, and then you're in this car with 3 other people, and then you just go on this weird journey of being chased by Kylo Ren throughout this cruiser thing, and then being shot at by stormtroopers, and then there's a big fall, and that was really exciting. And then you just spin around and then do your thing, and it's all right. I think it's a worthwhile experience because this is one of like the newer rides. I'm using this kind of like tech of being in this cart, and then kind of so like they. Typically rides back then, they had to be on rails and they had to go one direction. Sometimes they move around a little bit and do some magical trickery. But this is like a new park experience that they're trying, and I think it works. I think it's all right. I think it's worth experiencing once. Maybe that should have been in here. I think not a priority, and there are better things I can kind of disdain. Let me change it. How about you do this? Good. Okay, I gotta put this back. To experience at least once. These are too many words. Trying to do that to make it more legible. Okay, we're gonna pump it down at least 2. There we go. Let's do this one, not a priority. I think this will be good. Beautiful. Good to experience at least once. I think this will be our thing. I think Rise of the Resistance goes here. Because Rise of There you go. Stop. Rise of the Resistance. I think it's good to experience once because it makes good use of this technology. I think the set and the breakage of the queue is really good. I think Star Wars, it's a really good universe, and they really do make it real in front of you, and it's super cool in that way. But the thing about Rise of the Resistance, as you could expect, the line could be really long. And even though this is the first ride you went to, when you exited the doors or entered the park, we still waited for about like 40 minutes. Is it worth a 40-minute wait time? I don't think so. But if it's your first time going, I think this should be a good priority for you, especially with the way they do the ride and do the set design and do the animatronics and do all the fancy dancy stuff. I think it's a really good experience. With that, after that, we went to the Trading Post Bazaar. We saw a whole bunch of different things. Again, the set's really cool. Links are in front of you, but this is just a glorified shopping center. So it's we did see this though. We did see the Millennium Falcon, and it's super dope and it's super cool. I, for one, don't think the Millennium Falcon's all that cool in terms of design. But it's a really important piece for, Star Warsian stuff and whatnot. And with that, it becomes a little bit of a ride. So what happens is that you basically enter and be the pilots of the Millennium Falcon, because you're basically stealing the ship after you're on like a trade mission and you just got hired, and it's like Chewie's like, hey, I need a place to park the ship, and it's like, yeah, park it here. And then it's like, well, we need a ship to do our mission, so where is it gonna take you? So you queue, go back to the ship, and then you enter the very famed cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. So the way this works is that you are paired up in a group of 5, and then my friend said according to what position you get, it can make or break your experience with this game. So it is an interactive game. I would say that the thing is that you are in this cockpit, and then you have 2 people that are the pilots, and the pilot up front, one of them goes left and right and the other one goes up and down. The 2 people behind you are the gunners, and what's their job is to shoot everything. And the person in the backpack is the engineer, which I heard when the button flashes and you press it. And that sounds really fun to me. I don't know about you. But people have the most fun playing the pilot, I guess. That's what my friend said. We only did it once. I heard the gunners, whatever. Engineer, for me personally, I think it sounds fun. But me and my friend were the pilot, and what you do is that you get this like little lever thing, and it's go up or down or left and right, and then jump to hyperspace, which are these little dials up on the very front. And then I don't know what's a good score on this game. I think we did pretty well. We did crash a bunch of times, right? Collisions, we got dinged off that hyperspace. I don't know about the boost. It never told me to do anything. There's a lot of flashing lights. I do not know what its ride's called. We just kind of went here on a whim, so I need to look that up too. Disneyland Millennium Falcon. Smuggler's Run is what this is called. So, Smuggler's Run. You put that. You hear the ding. Where would I put Smuggler's Run? I also think it's a good once experience. I think. I feel like I am gonna run out of space. Should I just do this? Put it down underneath. Because Rise of the Resistance is just such a big title. I'm gonna do that. And do this. And do this. Nope. Do this. It's also me just talking to myself whenever I do things like that. I kind of low-key want to put trams in the absolutely goated. I changed my mind. There you go. Yeah, Smuggler's Run is aight. It's just a video game. A very interactive video game. Depending on the wait time, you know. But, you know, it being one of the newer ones, I think it's really good to experience. I feel like I'm going to run out of space. Anyways, what else we got? So, if you don't know anything about me, my favorite droid, or my favorite things about the Star Wars universe is the droids. And I got to see the gongs, dude. If you know what the gongs are, they're like these trash can droids. Trash can looking droids, but they give you a bunch of supplies in Star Wars Battlefront 2, stand near them. That and like the Healy bot was shaped like a tower. But he's like just drops off supplies for you. And I got to see one, and it's the tan color, and it is upside down. And a lot of these guys in this part of the corner of the park were like being scrapped or whatever. It's like, I'm gonna do this to my boy with the gonks, dude. There it is, the gonk. God, I love the gonk droids, dude. Look at this, so beautiful. He's upside down. This messed up. How can I do this to my boy? My boy. Anyways. Again, in terms of like the set, they really did a really good job with the with the scale of the ships, and it's a scale of everything there. Like there's the other gonk droid, you know, I got all these big lads, and then the cone lads, and then the thing is, what the gonk droids, dude. They're so lovely. They're so beautiful. Anytime I see one, I want to cry. So after this is all the mirrors sets, after the Star Wars land, what's it called? It's like something trading post, and I can't remember. But after the trading post, we went to Fantasyland. It's a small world. Unfortunately, we didn't get to ride it because we have ridden it so many times. But it is one of the OGs and it's one of the goats of Disneyland. If you have never ever been to Disneyland, it is worth going to. It's a small world. It's very iconic, but it's good. If there's like a 5-minute wait line. One of the things I've learned too is there's something called a lightning lane. Now back then, when I used to go to Disneyland, it used to be called a fast pass, in which you would go up to the ride, you take a little ticket, and you come back like an hour or so afterwards, and then you get to skip the line a little bit. But what he told me is that a few years ago, they started this new thing, especially with the Disneyland app, is that you could pay to win. You could pay to skip the line. And that to me is wild. So in the app, they control the pricing. So it ranges from ride to ride. And then you can just reserve your spot and you pay like a $30 fee to skip the line. And that to me is the craziest thing. Like, Disneyland has every right to do that. But to me, that is insane. That, like, that capitalism! They have every right to do that. They just wait in line, like every one of us. You think you're so special because you can spend $30 more? So, cool fact is that when I attended Disneyland, Toontown was closed like all those years ago. That's off for renovations. But Mickey's Toontown is like the titular Toontown of the online MMO things. It is there. Yeah, and it's that. It's just a celebration of the Toon part of Mickey's Toontown. And one of the facts my friends told me was that all throughout Disneyland the park, there is no ride featuring Mickey until you get to Mickey's Toontown. Which is kind of crazy. You think like Mickey is like the front of this whole thing, right? The front of all this Disneyland stuff. But Mickey's been relegated into this corner and relegated into Cel Shaded Land. But this is the Runaway Railway. The El Capitan Theater has all these really fun stuff. What it is kind of like one of those cart rides, like the Star Wars one. But it's like, more kid friendly. There's not like big drops or anything. But we'll just show you the pictures first before about my opinions. It's based on this cartoon, Mickey Mouse and Perfect Picnic, and then it uses like the rebooting of the animated Mickey, which is the more modern one. I think it's cool. I really like this poster, which is High School Gooficle 3 senior year. But the ride was super cool. I think it uses the technology of the Star Wars Resistance ride, but it uses it in a better way, I think. Have you ever been to a 4D theater? It's like a novelty, but like in like certain like theaters, they like shake your chair or like blow air at you or like create like a mist up the very top. It's very niche thing. And I felt they did that a lot better in this one compared to Galaxy's Edge. Because Galaxy's Edge has like these flame effects and these light effects, but you don't really feel like heat or like movement and like wind other than the cart whipping you back and forth all violently. Not violently, but all violently. And you felt it in this way. So I think it is really cool to see and really cool to experience. And when you ride a ride, you think about, when you come back, is it doing something different, or was the experience really good enough to where you'd want to come back? And I think this was a really good experience for me, and I absolutely love this ride. I'm gonna put this up here because my framing fan. Runaway Railway. There you go. Did I spell it correctly? Run away. Alright. See if you can fix it. There you go, beautiful. Runaway Railway. I think it's just a really cool ride, man. The way they break up the queue and then add you to the next part of the queue is that you stand in this room, and then like this animation plays, an explosion happens, and then you enter the world of the cartoon, and it's like, whoa, we're actually inside and stuff. They do really cool stuff with the cart effects. There's a big tornado, and it's like really windy. I was scared I was gonna lose my hat. But I think this is a really, really fun, good ride, and I think if I were to go back to Disneyland, I would love to experience Runaway Railway again. Even better than Rise of the Resistance. Rise of the Resistance is cool. Uses the same technology in terms of the rideage. Then there's that. The other one he went to on Toontown was this one. It is Roger Rabbit's. I need the full name. What is that? Where is this? Roger Rabbit. The Robber Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. That is a big title, big name. I think it's my only picture of it. And I will tell you, this ride sucked. This ride is so bad. Apparently back then, the way it works is that you are on rails, you're in this car, and you just ride and then experience everything. But the thing is that there is this wheel in the center, and then you have the option. It's very optional to use that wheel to turn the car, and it turns the car. And when he went on this ride, the wheel did not turn the car, and there was no like postage on that wheel saying that you could turn this car. So they gutted out this ride, and unfortunately now it was the worst thing I rode in Disneyland on that day. We're gonna fill this up, we're gonna take a break for the ads, and we're gonna continue on our way. Roger Rabbit car ride. Absolutely worst thing. Alright, we're gonna enter break time. So, get some water, get some stretchies in, and see you after the ads. But it was just the break over. I feel like I was gone for a little longer. Anyways, so we head back. Whoa. Did it break again? It broke again. I should do that. I have that. I don't know why it does this. I'm gonna reset it again. I'm gonna do this. With me. I'm gonna do this. Fixed. Work. Oh, I haven't. Surely there's not another thing. Try it again. Load. I haven't checked the other chat. Sorry, and those in YouTube land. I'm trying to figure out a way where I could like combine my chats. There are many different ways. But again, I like to tell people I am not a streamer. How do we fix this? Try it again. Whoa. Do that. That. Oh. Yeah, sometimes it's all about persistency. Being persistent. Where are we at? I fixed the spelling. Roger Rabbit's car ride. Do not enter. Do not go here. Do not even look at Roger Rabbit's car ride. It is a bad ride. Not good. What else you got? After that, here's Murphy Town. Anyways, here's some ducks. There are a lot of ducks in this park. We saw a little girl feeding the duck popcorn by like taking handfuls of popcorn and throwing it at the ducks. And I'm like, little girl, I don't think we should do that. You know, if they're alive and they're thriving, why not? So, you want to get some snacks. They have the classic, the turkey leg in Fantasyland, which is really big, and I don't want to be walking around with something so greasy. So you got the next greasiest thing, which is the Fantasyland garlic cheese broth. Bratwurst and a cheesy garlic pretzel bread. And you know, Disneyland prices, $13. But here it is. Whoa. I really enjoyed it. Usually I do not like pretzel bread. Like pretzel whatever. I think the crust is too hard and not a fan of how chewy it is at times. But this thing, the thing that really makes it, other than being hot and having a brat, is that it has like this garlic cheese thing that they put underneath the bratwurst. I think it makes it like insanely good. See, if you put it on top, what happens is that like it slides out. It becomes really like greasy and messy to eat. But if you rest the brat on top of the cheese stuff, the oils in the cheese stuff melts into the bread, and you still get the same flavor. The brat itself is just really good looking too. So we said we're gonna rank everything, and we are ranking everything. So absolutely goated. This one. Cheesy garlic broth is what we're after. Where did my thing go? Nope. What happened to it? Whatever. Here. Go up here. Oh, that's why. Doop. cheesy garlic bread. Yeah, sure. Certainly, that is the right. Oh, yeah. Cheesy garlic brat. Without context, it says cheesy garlic brat. But I think it is an absolutely goated snack. Followed by the next, what I will tell you to be the next goated snack, which is this thing right here. This is the apple slushy. And let me tell you, I think I broke it. No! Fix, please. There we go. Let me tell you, it is the best thing that Disneyland has to offer in terms of drinkery. They have two options, which is this one and like the boysenberry option. The boysenberry option came with the whipped cream and the boysenberry syrup. My friend got that one, and that honestly was like, even for me with the sweet tooth, that is way too sweet. The apple slush, they fill it up to the brim. It tastes like applesauce and apple juice, but the best part about applesauce and apple juice, and on a moderately hot day, it is very refreshing. I really enjoyed the apple slush. It wasn't that sweet. It had the right slush consistency. Tasted like good apples all the way through. And I think I've just been on an apple kick lately. I really like apples. I don't like eating apples, but I like the end products of which apples exist. So like apple pie and apple juice and apple cider vinegar. Eating apples is alright, but drinking apples, pretty lit. What else we got? So that's the apple slushy. Ooh. So, part about the Frontierland thing is that you can ride the boats, or you can ride the canoe. And the canoe, for me, is actually a really, really fun and unique and enjoyable experience. Like, back in the old days of theme parks that are not so modernized, is that sometimes part of a theme park is that you just do chores. And you just like make stuff. And you just like, hey, they got this rock for a little bit. And like the canoe at Disneyland harkens back to that. Even the boat guides were on it, where it's like, hey, you chose to be here, and you chose the canoe, and you chose the paddle. This is an actual real canoe, and the only way to make it go is through you. I love our guide. He was just in on it. He's probably doing that for the past hour. And one big joke that's really nice was like, all right, we're gonna take a break, and pretty soon we are gonna meet the first lick of civilization, and you have to tell them, and you have to show them how fun it is rowing this canoe. So even if you want to fake it, you gotta do two things for me. 1, paddle, and 2, smile. You gotta do that, otherwise I am out of a job. That's very good. Very good bit. Riding a canoe in a park full of trams and trains and boats on rails. It's a weird, fun, unique experience, and I just really like it. I would honestly do this again. You need the big picture showing the lake. I don't know. In this day and age, it's a very, for me, a very human thing. And I think it's worth doing. The line's not that long because no one wants to paddle on the canoe. And you have to be a real freak to do it. And I'll tell you, I am that freak. canoe. I don't know how to spell it correctly. But I did really enjoy the canoe. Like, we're like taking a break, like the riverside part, and it's like, are they canoeing over there? Is the canoe on rails? We have to try it out. We have to go. And then they're like, the canoe is not on rails. you have to paddle. Otherwise, this boat no go. And I was like, okay. I told my friend that we need to come back and trade spots on the boat so then we can work out our other part of our arm. After canoeing, he went on the train. We did the grand tour. And it's alright. We come back to this again. There you go. Train tour. The only thing that sucked about the train tour this time around was that they used to have like this, you know, the park's built on the theme of past, present, and future, and they used to have this thing where it's like a bunch of like dinosaurs and whatnot, and then just under construction. So the beginning of that part of the section of the tour had like a bunch of birds, and then it's just complete darkness, and I almost fell asleep. Train tour. But it's good. It's good just to relax and just be there. It's shaded, so it's like pretty lit. Oh, it's good. What else we got? After we went training, we did Haunted Mansion. It's fun. I did Haunted Mansion when I went to Disneyland like 10 years ago, and there's a lot of things that stayed the same, but there's like the little parts that I don't remember as being different. Obviously they had this like hologram technology where like it's animatronics, and then they put holograms on it, so it's like kind of like moves a little bit, and I think they just like they beefed it up a little bit. I think this part also went through renovations, and I think it's pretty neat. I think it's fun. I'm just gonna do this because I don't really have a good picture of a Haunted Mansion. Honestly, I was like I was kind of like sleeping. This is part of the time I was like tired and just got off the train. I don't know. I think I just like, it's like just a me thing of like I wrote it a lot of times when I was at Disney. I also think it's just good to experience once. It's not a me ride. Haunted Mansion. Move it over a little bit. Shabambo. Beautiful. There you go. Here's our. I think I'm like near the end, so I should have everything. That is not like not a set. So there's that. The Haunted Mansion. New Orleans Square is one of my favorite sets of the whole park, even though it looks so tiny. I like hearing the live music they have there. Sometimes they have a live band. The food, both food places here, which is the Tiana's, it's not a cafeteria. It's the cafeteria place, and then the restaurant, which is the cafe. I think they're really good. One of the things you went to that I've always seen and I have never tried until this year was the Enchanted Tiki Room. So if you don't know what the Enchanted Tiki Room is, it is apparently, to my friend, the one of Walt Disney's heavily guarded secrets, and it's kind of like his little baby of animatronics back then when the park came out, or like the 80s or whatever. When the park came out, the animatronic technology, you know, there was something that's developing, and they really like beefed it up, and they really kept it secret in the Enchanted Tiki Room. and it's really cool. Just seeing all the animatronics being coming alive and seeing all the set pieces. For example, this thing is fan fountain, and it shoots out real water, and it's like, whoa! And like these birds up top, they like sing and like do all these fun things and whatnot. And it has like this whole big old story. And it was honestly quite the experience being in the tiki room. You can see why Walt Disney himself had a really big affinity with this room and like really wanted to be in a certain way. The really cool aspect about this room is that it's all like spatial. So depending on where you sit, where you sit, you get the whole experience. But like the audio spatialness of it, because like you have birds that are like close to you and birds that are far away, and they really feel like they're in a different position in the room. You can still hear them, very audible. But in terms of like the design and the set, and like it makes you really feel like you're in this room. Now the caveat is, I have plenty of discussions of this about my friend. Is this Orientalism? Is this outdated? Or worse, is this racist? Yes, in my hardest of hearts, it is a bit all of the above. It's like that thing they have for the Looney Tunes where it's like the placard up front saying, hey, this was based on stereotypes back in the day, and they do not reflect our values now, but it is a piece of history. The Enchanted Tiki Room is a piece of history. I do not condone it. It is a fun piece of technological advancement. And that's it. We're gonna leave that discussion as that. Because for me, I like tiki drinks. But you just have to, at this time of year, 2026, you just kind of have to acknowledge it. That the tiki room, I will not say you have to hand it to Walt, but it is, I think, something you need to experience once. There you go. Enchant Tiki Boom. Gonna put that, and then you're gonna put like a little caveat at the bottom. You're gonna make it real tiny. But shaking my head the entire time. There you go. Beautiful. The Enchanted Tiki Room, but shaking my head the entire time. Just saying, you gotta hand it to him. Big uh-ohs in here. There you go. Beautiful. What else we got? As we need a D in here. We need a D. Here's New Orleans Square. The New Orleans Cafe. Here are the entrees. I have a better menu. So you get a salad, you get gumbo and a Caesar salad. Entrees, you get shepherd's pie, short rib. The two main big ones that I feel like you could really only get here are the battered and fried Monte Carlo sandwich and the battered and fried triple cheese Monte Carlo sandwich. Monte Cristo. And then you got pastas, then you got the sweets and whatnot. We started off with the gumbo. Hey, the gumbo's alright. It's called Cafe Orleans Gumbo. The gumbo is gonna be... It's gonna be honestly our... are not a priority. Something has to be on D. And I'm sorry, Gumbo. With me going to New Orleans this year, the gumbo is a gumbo. But that's about it. Cafe Orleans Gumbo. Beautiful. It's alright. It's a small bite. And look, I was like talking to my friend. I was like, I wish I had a full thing of this. It's good though. Not a priority. Speaking of not a priority, we got some beer. I'm not a beer drinker, but on a hot day like this, you gotta pull one out for the homie. This big boy. This is the Monte Cristo fried and battered sandwich. Oop, I gotta show you guys. This big old boy is the Monte Cristo battered and fried sandwich, which they take the Monte Cristo fillings, which is the ham and the chicken. Ham and turkey. This is the Monte Cristo fried and battered sandwich, which is a fried sandwich of a turkey, ham, and Swiss cheese. Then they batter it, then they deep fry it, then they serve it with some strawberry preserves. And you have the option of fries and a salad. And I'm like, this thing's already fried, brother. I gotta eat healthy. Gotta find that balance. And so I got a side salad. Caesar salad, which is good. But this was absolutely insane. It's a balance between that savory and the sweet. I think it is insane to put the powdered sugar on it. But if you can imagine, like it's like a donut dough, cakey donut, this beignet dough, I assume. And then they put ham and cheese and the Swiss cheese. And like, I'll be honest with you. It's not that the innards were cold, but the cheese kind of like coagulated and just like stayed. Like wasn't like melty at all. And then the innards, it's not that it was cold, but it wasn't exactly hot either. And it's kind of like, Thanksgiving dinner, where it's like cranberry and turkey, and cranberry and ham. But I'm pretty sure this is like a tart strawberry-ish thingy. And I will give you my complete and honest assessment. As someone who spent $15 on this. Was it $15? It was $26. That puts it at a whole big old perspective of do not get this. Do not get this. I'm gonna put its whole legal name on here. We're gonna put its whole legal name on here. The battered and fried battered and fried Monte Cristo sandwich. Do not get this. It is not worth your time. It is not worth your money. It is a spectacle. And if you believe in spectacles, yeah, sure. But as your friend, I have spent the $26 to tell you There is better food to eat than the battered and fried Monte Cristo sandwich from Disneyland's Cafe Orleans. And that's a fact. A mock fact. Do you not get it? There are better things to eat. Alright, what else we got? Monte Cristo sandwich. Oh, buddy. So the titular thing, other than the drink that makes your lips tingle, which is found at the Cantina bar thing at the Star Wars land. The more titular thing, it is the blue milk, and what they had also is the pink milk. And he tried them both. Look at that. We're like, let's go put them together. And honestly, they taste really good. Roll back. They taste better than the two separately before mixing them together. Red milk, pink milk. They say it's like coconut and rice. Yeah, they say it's like coconut and rice. And like when I tried it, it was so strange. I wasn't picking up what they were putting down. Like to me, like the texture reminds me of like it's like horchata, but you got your blender for like $20 and it doesn't work really well. It has like these like little like grainy nugget things, like pulp in a way. It has like pulp for some reason, and it certainly didn't taste like coconut, but it has like that coconut milky base to it, and like the real pulpy thing, and like vaguely like artificially fruity, but you can't like pinpoint what the fruits are. Both in the blue milk. And the I think the red or the pink milk they had was a little bit more tolerable. But even then, I will not get this again. I will never get this again. And I do not need to make you try it, dear viewer, dear listener. We're gonna do pink and blue milk. I'll leave that here. You will not see me on the streets drinking all this. It's good to try. Well, it's not good to try. I think there are better ways to spend your money on eating something yummy. And do not consume the pink or blue milk, lest you end up like this. Oh, help. Gosh. Alright. Man, two F's in a row. What can save it? So we went through the castle past Fantasyland to enter the big old thing, which is Disney's California Adventures. It's alright. I think the set for this part, if you grew up in Los Angeles, especially been around the Santa Monica area, FLA, this is it. This is not for me. But the cool thing is, I forgot they had this. This is not here when I went. They have San Francisco from Big Hero 6. And the cool thing about it is that they changed the bridge, so it's like red like the Golden Gate Bridge, but they also had these Victoria gates because it's San Francisco and Tokyo. Wow. I really like Big Hero 6. I don't know about you. It's a really good place. So we're gonna talk about this again because I want to talk to you about Scoofy's Sky School. Now, before I talk to you, I will say that this ride was pitched to me as a kid coaster. And what do you imagine a kid coaster to be like? And it's like, alright, the drops The drops are low. It's not that intense because you know the kids they gotta you can't scare them. Kids, you can't scare them, you know? They're really delicate creatures. I'm gonna see if I can pull up this. But you know, it's pitched to me as a kid coaster, and what do you assume kid coaster like that thing in SpongeBob, where it's like the big 360 loop, and then there's one little hump, and they're like, whoa. And that's what I imagine a kid coaster to be. I will tell you, Goofy Sky School was the most intense ride I rode on this day. Spoilers, we went through Matterhorn, we went to Thunder Mountain, but Goofy Sky School instilled the fear of God into me. It was so insane. It is so insane that this ride gets the Best Ride Award. I need to find where I put my thing. Put my graphics for it. I gotta figure this out. But it is insane. It is insane. It's insane. It is insane. Once I give it a trophy, I'll talk about it. It's hard to do like multiple things at once. Did I move on with it? I haven't. Just gotta take it from the internet. This one gets the big old trophy award. There you go. I'm gonna put the on side here. Goofy Sky School was like the most intense thing I have ever ridden in all my life. With combination of the set design and just the intensity of the ride. Like the ride is like, I would say like less than a minute long. We waited 40 minutes. It's like, I don't think this ride's gonna be that good. You said it was a kid coaster, so I don't know. But again, this ride instilled the fear of God in me. I felt like I was gonna die multiple times. So the way the ride works is that, you know, Goofy is training you to be a pilot, and then you get on the pilot car, and then you make this big ascent, and it's like, it's a big ascent, it's a kid coaster, it's fine. So you get onto the peak at the top of the track, and then you just haul it all the way through, and it starts speeding up, and then you enter 180 degree turn. 2 90-degree turns in the span of less than a second. So you take that turn, you see a billboard up in front of you saying first step, whatever, and then you haul ass, and then you take that 180 degree turn so hard, like it's you and your buddy on the side, and you're just like cramming into them, the entire force of your entire gravity and your entire weight just pushing towards him, and it's insane. And it's like you start to like, heart starts pumping, and you start to really feel it, and then you see the exact same thing, another billboard, and then a 180-degree turn in less than 1 second. Whoa! Now the weight of your partner is all the way on you, and it's like, oh god, don't do this again. And then you see the third one, and then shabam! Then you see the fourth one, and then that billboard's stressful because it has like a little indent of where someone has crashed, like a comedic, like pointy triangles, and it's like, hey, someone died here, and you're gonna die too. And like you look on the floor, and it's like it's just a heavy drop down. Nothing is holding you back except the lap bar, and you take that turn. It's like, and then becomes like the big old drop. And then it's like, after all that panicking and like set and like whiplash, you just drop all the way down. And then it is so crazy, dude. The rest of the ride has that intensity, but a little bit lower. But just that introduction of like, Goofy, this man, gosh, like he's just trying to kill you at this point. I need to see if I can find like a POV happening. Let me see. Because that's random. Goofy's air ride. Sky is cool. I wonder if we can find a good video of it. Alright. Yeehaw. Alright, we're gonna see if we put this together. Da-da-dum. Bring this back. There you go. Whatever. Alright. Cut the music. The music's almost over. I can do this. Anyways. Alright, here it goes. Ready? If I full screen it, will it break? Alright. How do I turn this on? Alright. Got this little coaster, little ride. There it goes. You're a student pilot. Goofy's taking you on a real adventure. Fresh eggs. There's a chicken involved in here. Making sure the lap bar is good. And look at this. The whole video is 3 minutes long. We waited 40 minutes for this. Lap bar is set. You wait a little bit. You do the climb. First lesson, how to take off. Go up. It felt like this part sped up. I don't remember this being so fast. And lesson 2, how to fly. And I was like, this can't be that bad. So I go here, and it starts Holland. And it goes, ooh. And it goes here, and it goes, ooh. And it goes here. Now, this doesn't like, it feels like they slowed this down. It felt way faster when I was writing. And you felt like the weight of it all. Like there's the cutout, and it's like, I'm gonna die. And then here, and the last 90-degree turn, big one, and then it goes to a deep dive right here. You feel the bump, and then it's like, this roller coaster's gonna kill me. How to know that? There we go. This one is the most insane one. And you know, it's just, that's basically it. And then you slow down. Oh, the braking on this one is intense. Watch. So you do the little kitty one. And then you just slam the brakes right here. Isn't that crazy? Why did they do that? Anyways. There you go. Put on the weather. So crazy, dude. It's so crazy. No, it didn't catch. There you go. Goofy Sky School. It is very intense. That video does not do it justice, and how it like actually felt on your body. And if the line is about like 30 minutes long, I highly recommend you try out Goofy Sky School. It is so crazy. It felt so crazy, and it's a kid coaster. The only like big problem about it is that it's not like long. But even in that short 2 minutes, it's left the biggest impression of me. All right, let's go finish out my day, because when you got here, it's about like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. That's Goofy's High School. What else you did? There's that. You went back to San Francisco. Here's some more food. I wanted to try the Tokyo Tea Hard Seltzer Brew X, but instead I got the Thai tea. They had this food, karaage inspired. They had normal Asian stuff, teriyaki chicken, noodle stir fry. They got the fusion stuff, which is the beef birria, and they got whatever all this stuff is. Boop. And we got some food. My friend wasn't hungry, so I just ate. But this thing, Thai tea. I got him a Sapporo. If you don't know, he low-key almost got mad at me because $16 for a Sapporo. It is not a good price. Right here. Got the Thai tea and the karaage inspired chicken sandwich. It had this like slaw on it. The potato-ish bun, brioche bun, had like nori on it. Came with some bag of chips, well toasted. My biggest thing though is that I felt like the chicken fillet, the chicken sandwich part, was a little bit small compared to the bun. So like King's kind of like slipped around a little bit. And it's like low-key hard to eat. The Thai tea though, pretty on point. In terms of ranking though, where are we at? It's alright. I wouldn't like come back to it honestly. Do this. Put it all the way up above. Thai tea and karaage inspired sandwich. Yeehaw. You can see the sandwich though. Ball. Oh, well, the old thing does. There you go. And now we got a movie to you because you're blocking the gumbo. Ah. Tee. There we go. Alright, let's go finish it up. So you got that. He went to Pixar Pier, which is like the classic pier front with Disney things, bobs. So the last time I was here, they had a normal ass Ferris wheel. I didn't know when they switched it to the punk ass Ferris wheel. I think there are still normal carts. No, yeah, there are still like normal carts here. And I think I went to. They did have this when I was here like 10 years ago. But I think you have the option of choosing like the normal carts, like up on here, or like the really messed up ones, which is this one right here, which you are affected by gravity. You see all these like little oblong oval rails. So it's like as you go up, you go down, and as you go slightly down, you go sideways, and you go slightly sideways, you go up and down and whatnot. And I was like, my friend was like, "Do you really want to ride the Ferris wheel?" I was like, "I don't think I want to ride the Ferris wheel anymore." The other one we wanted to ride was the Incredicoaster, which is this thing right here. Now that's a full ass roller coaster. And while looking at it, I was like, I don't know if I can handle it, man. But the line was too long, so he just skipped that. And he went to the last thing, which is like Cars Land, Radiator Springs, all the things you love about cars. Tomater, you love that guy. Flo's Cafe. If I was hungry, I would have wanted to be here, but I wasn't. And you got the set piece, you know. What's it called? Radiator Springs. Radiator Springs. You got like the Rocky Rocks, and then the town hall, and then whatnot. Here's the ride here, which is the Cars ride that I heard is really good. But again, we were like running out of time. It was like close to 7, I think, at this point. And it's our thumbnail. I think it's a really good shot I got. Sans the people of the statue of Mickey, and then the castle in the background. What else we got? Oh, Thunder Mountain. I think Thunder Mountain's good. My friend was telling me the story of how someone died on Thunder Mountain, and I was like, I need to hear that, but that's okay. You know, it's just a classic ride. Thunder Mountain. I don't think I need to rewrite it, but you're right for the sake of the thing. So, Thunder. You know, I don't think much needs to be said about Thunder Mountain. But you just, it's a thrill ride. It is fast. It is faster than what I remembered. I think that's also me. It was like this and, did I have a good one? Matterhorn. They... Maybe it's just an age thing, but they felt more intense. They felt more intense this time around when I wrote it. But they were good. Good wait times at the very end. Cause you know, I think like at 8:15 they have like the little parade thing. So like not a lot of people are on the rides. So if you don't care about the parade, it's good time of day to ride the thing. And the last thing we did was we finished it all off with a little bit of apple cider. Not apple cider. Apple slushy. There you go. Do that. We go up here. Do apple slushy. Round 2. Maybe I could get a better picture. We're gonna see. We can make it long. People like long. Like this. There you go. Apple slushy round 2. I want to put an outline, hopefully on this, to make it pop more, you know. 10 pixels. 10. That is too much. 2. Whatever. 4. And lower the opacity. How do I change it to white? Oh, not the 2. There you go. What if we did this? We're gonna. Oh, you see the picture anyway, so it's fine. There you go. I think that's the last picture. Yep. It's the last picture we have. So, I think he went home like around 8:39. Yeah, 8:39. I got home like at 11. But that was basically it. Yeah. In 2 hours, we have done Moggity's 1-day tier list. On Never Again, it is Roger Rabbit's car ride. Do not waste your time here. The battered fried Monte Cristo sandwich. As your friend, I'm telling you, not worth it. Spend your money on better food. The pink and blue milk. Also, spend your money on better food. Number 2, not a priority. The gumbo and the Thai tea karaage sandwich. I don't think anyone's clamoring to get one of those, but there's other stuff. I think Rise of the Resistance, Smuggler's Run, Haunted Mansion, and Tiki Room. I'm good to experience just once. Maybe a Haunted Mansion, I would maybe put it back up there. But it's just an okay ride for me. If I were to ever go back, I would love to go back to the Runaway Railway. I'd love to canoe, do the train tour, and the classics, the Thunder Mountain and Matterhorn. Space Mountain, too long. Space Mountain kind of sucks. No, it's okay. But there's something about the outdoor roller coasters, compared to like the indoor one. And the Absolutely Goated, the trams, we need those. The Cheesy Garlic Brat, best snack I ate. The apple slushy, and the apple slushy round 2, perfect for a festival for the weather. And Goofy's Sky School was the most intense thing I've written. It is insane to experience, and it is a kid's coaster. But again, it had instilled the fear of God, and I was afraid for my life at the very end of Goofy's Sky School. There you go. Now I need to pretty this up. What can you do? We're gonna look through my art file. Or how about we do this? We're gonna do my screenshots. Okay, we got 6 minutes to do this for the last set of ads. Maybe I'll just gussy it up and then end now. Alright, we'll do this. We're gonna gussy this up. We're gonna let the ads play, and then I'm gonna end right after the ads. If you want to stick around and support, you do that. If you want to help me raise some money for Mr. Holland's Opus, you do that. Or you just, want to chill out. Don't do anything. Right now it is almost bedtime for me. My real time is down there. What I'm looking for, screenshots. Sometimes it's hard to talk and banter while I'm trying to look for something, use the other part of my brain. I need a pose and a face. That's good. How do you feel about winks? Y'all like winking? How about this, how's this face? Y'all like this face? We're gonna do this. I need to... Okay, so in Affinity, it is hard to select multiple layers. I like the happy faces. We got a happy face in here. I low-key want to try the winking face. We're gonna try it. See how that looks. Your face too big. There you go. Beautiful. Now we need one last bit to really showcase this. I think I really screwed it up when you shouldn't have a title at the very top. What are we gonna do? Ad break in 1 minute. I'm gonna finish this up, and then I'll see you after the ads. I'm gonna take this. Big un. Big un. Okay, need something to differentiate this. So we're gonna grab this guy. Definitely still want to do the thing. How about the highlight color? There you go. Alright, ad folks, see you in 3 minutes. Alright, I'm gonna take my break. Burp. Hee, I finished it. Check this out. Have it again. I'm gonna do it. There you go. Eee. It is the Muggledy's Disneyland Everything I Did in the Day tier list. I'll be posting this. So, again, the only reason I went to Disneyland in the first place because I got in for free. Shoutouts to Summer Kurtz, my partner in crime. Too bad that he lost a bunch of money because of his original canceled vacation trip, but I think we both had a good time with each other. I need to save this because I have not hit the save key. I'm gonna do Disneyland trip file. I'm gonna export this. Final tier. Ah. Exciting. Anyways, so that'll be the stream for today. I'm gonna just kick it back. So that'll be the stream for today. I have a new schedule up. I'm gonna put that on the website. I kind of do it now. Da-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Image. Sketch. What day is it today? 6/29. Oh, I have to go hunting. Hunting for it. Alright. Oop. Ah. Here's the schedule. Today was not too done. I normally stream on Thursdays, but there won't be a Thursday stream today. Alright, this week. So to make up for it, tomorrow, if honestly I might have to move back to Wednesday, but tomorrow, I'm gonna play a retro horror game as part of the incentives. Boom, right here. I will do the rhythm game, hot sauce one. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this to make it funny. But we're gonna play Aoni. I've seen like people do let's plays of it. First time I seen it, someone doing a let's play of it. And I'm gonna spend 1 hour playing Aoni as a thank you and reward bonus for raising some money. Shout out to Bonbon and shout out to Summer Kurtz for donating. And you too could donate by scanning a QR code or going to the Telefy link somewhere. I'm gonna post it somewhere. And with that, I need to go lie down for a little bit. Let's go, Scooby Sky's cool. Did I show you? Did he see the when did he come in? Sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna post a tier list. Thank you, Summer Kurtz, for a wonderful day, and thank you for the donation. I will be off, and you can comment on the tier list as well and share your favorites. So with that, catch you on the flip side, and catch you maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. I might change it. Good night. Love you all. Shout out to Mr. Aegis for stopping by as well, to all the lurkers who stopped by. And I will see you for horror game later on this week. And have fun if you're going to Anime Expo. Yay! I'm not going. Boo! I will have FOMO, but I'll get over it. Yay! Bye! Klonoa, tell me I'm doing a good job. Klonoa. Oh, thank goodness.